Hello, hello, Jamaal Rashad coming to you today from Frederick, Maryland. Today I'm at Dutch's Daughters with the owner of Dutch's Daughter, Allie Gideon. Say hello.
Hello.
And she also has a nonprofit called U2SA, which helps dogs and stuff like that. You know, I'll give you some information about that. But episode 27 of the ValorLives interview series, Why Do I Do What I Do? To let you know that you could go out there and impact your community. Also because successful people need to have their stories told, and also because people need to hear successful stories so they can be inspired. So, just like always, no interviews over 10 minutes long, and no special lighting, no special equipment, nothing, raw and uncut. All of our mistakes are on camera, so it's really, really fun. So, Allie, why do you do what you do?
With Uniting to Save Animals, I do what I do to educate, to make a difference in the community so our community is more aware of how to take care of their animals and keep their animals. With Dutch's, it's to be more a tradition. It's a family-run business. It always has been. We get to share moments in people's lives that most people don't get to experience. People get engaged here. People celebrate their 50th anniversary here. You get to see things that you normally wouldn't see. Prom, homecoming, all kinds of things. And you make a difference in people's lives through food, and it's really special to me.
Okay. And speaking of, one of my friends, they got married here about a month or so ago. Amy Wolf. She was one of our interview series, Amy Wolf. They got married in the dungeon, I believe, and it was really cool. The pictures are on Facebook. But, so how long have you been a part of the U2SA? How long has that been up and running?
About 6 years.
Okay. So with U2SA, what has been one of the proudest moments that you've experienced doing that?
I would say our biggest to date would be in October. We did a free, no questions asked, spay and neuter for all pitbull breeds. Mixes, you know, there's a little bit of pitbull in there. We took those too. We expected it to be a month long. It ended up being 5 months long. We spayed and neutered over 600 dogs and really started to educate our community. And long term, we hope to be able to offer that all the time.
Okay. So pit bulls have a lot of stereotypes, right?
They do.
But why do you love pit bulls? Because every pit bull I've met has always been the nicest dog I've ever met in my life. But why is someone like you loving pit bulls?
Well, I didn't always love pit bulls.
Okay.
When being in the family, we always had a boxer or a lab or, you know, the traditional family dog. And then my mother started this organization, and pit bulls were the ones that needed the most help. Mm-hmm. Because of all the stereotypes. They get euthanized more, they end up on the streets more, you hear more horror stories with pit bulls even though they're not always true.
Right.
So then when it was my turn to get a dog, I rescued 2 pit bulls. I love them. They're my babies. They make me smile every day. They're very loyal dogs. They're very obedient dogs. They want to please you. They want to make you happy, and not all dogs are like that. And they're cuddle bugs too, you know.
So what are your dogs' names?
Fatty and Marley.
Fatty and Marley. Okay. So back to the restaurant. So what has been one of the lowest moments for you as the owner of Dutch's Daughters?
I would say my lowest moment was when my mom told me that it was time to leave the family business and experience the real world, what it was like to work for someone else. I was a little upset in doing that, but it definitely taught me to be humble. It taught me what it was like to follow somebody else and to do something that was kind of out of my comfort zone. You know, the restaurant has been in my family forever, so that was all I really knew. So to leave and go to retail and do something completely different for a couple years made me appreciate what I have more and ready to come back and give it my all.
So did it suck big time being in retail?
It didn't. I actually really liked it. I worked at Best Buy for 2 years.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. I met people that I'm still very good friends with, but I was ready to come back.
Okay.
For sure.
I once heard that everybody should either work in the retail industry or the restaurant industry just so they could experience it from the other side.
Yes.
You agree with that?
I do.
Okay. So where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? Either with the restaurant, actually both, the restaurant and the nonprofit. Where do you want those to be in 5 years?
In 5 years with the nonprofit, I hope that in our community we have a free spay and neuter program for domestic animals, because it would make such a difference with the overpopulation, with the shelter intake, with the euthanization rate. It would impact everything tremendously. And if we had the help with our community, we could definitely offer something like that. With the restaurant, I hope to doing a great job and maybe having a family, so maybe not working as much, but I really like what I do and I hope to be doing it the rest of my life. And I would love to also be more involved in the banquet side of things and people's weddings and people's bar mitzvahs and all kinds of things. You know, that side of it's really cool. We just had a huge quinceañera here this past Saturday. 150 people, all the women dressed to the nines, beautiful decoration. I mean, it was a beautiful affair, and I would like to get more involved in those kinds of activities here.
Okay. So you guys have a ton of parties here, or networking groups. How many groups a week would you say come through here?
We have about, next week, because I do all of the schedules here, we have about 45 private events.
Whoa.
Which is a good week for this time of the year. In December, we do about 70 private events a week.
Wow. So why is December more busy than this time of year? Is
Holiday parties.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yes,
sense. Okay.
lots of parties for the holidays, people celebrating, and your normal things still come. You know, our Rotary meets every Wednesday. We have groups that will still come no matter what, and then you have everyone else that's celebrating doing those kinds of things.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So do you have a dream place to live if you were to ever move, or visit? Actually, both.
Hawaii.
To live or visit?
Live.
Okay.
We
Why?
went there 2 years ago for
Who's
a
we?
family vacation.
Okay.
My mom, my dad, my brother, his wife, myself, and my fiance.
Okay.
And it was amazing.
Okay.
It is so beautiful there. The people there are so nice. Their state dog is a pitbull.
Oh, nice.
So they have a pitbull organization there and lots of dogs on the beaches. And we actually helped out the organization while we were there. We made a donation and bought some dog food and beds for the people that needed them. And it's just so beautiful. I love the warm weather.
Okay.
The beach is an added bonus. Doesn't have to be the beach, but I'm not a cold weather person, that's for sure. So the weather there was amazing, and you have a little bit of everything. You can hike there, which my fiance and I love to do. We actually got engaged on a hike. So there's, you know, the crater where you can go watch the sunset, and then there's the beach. I mean, there's all kinds of things. It's beautiful. So.
Sounds good to me. So you mentioned cold weather, right? And I understand that you guys also have a restaurant in Cumberland.
Yes.
Is that correct? So you probably don't go to that restaurant too much, do you?
Not in the winter. I actually will be there the entire summer.
Okay.
This will be my first year going. Their busiest time is summer, and that's our slowest time here. So always a manager goes up. Usually it's been a different manager, but this year the opportunity presented itself, and I'm all for it. It'll be even better learning experience, and I'll actually be leaving on May 26th for the entire summer. So very excited.
Hopefully you'll be able to enjoy some of Deep Creek Lake as
I
well.
hope so.
Okay.
Like some boating maybe.
That's right. So, how do you stay humble? Because you got these successful restaurants, you got a booming nonprofit, you're really successful and you're young. So how do you stay humble?
I always try to give back. I really like to help people. I'm very blessed myself, so to be able to help people in need and it could be just a little thing, it really makes a difference. You know, over the holidays I helped out with a family and kids and getting them gifts and helping with their Christmas, and the parents were so grateful, and to see that and that little bit that you did and how much it affects someone is just, it takes you back and really makes you appreciate what you have in life. Same thing with the dogs. They keep you very humble. You hear a lot of stories, and unfortunately sad stories sometimes, and to be able to help those people keep their dog or keep their cat and how grateful they are to you, that's a big thing for me.
Okay. So in wrapping up, I have one bonus question, and you cannot pick your own dogs for this. So
Okay.
what has been the favorite name of a dog that you've come in contact with?
My favorite dog would be Cooper.
The name of no, not the favorite dog, but a really cool name.
A really cool name.
Like Vader or like Punisher or something like that.
Beethoven.
Beethoven.
And that's actually my mom's dog, and we call him Mr. B.
Okay. Well, that is episode 27 of the ValorLives interview series, and because we are short on time, if you want to contact Allie, I will put all of her information in the show notes, and if you go to the website ValorLives.com, hit Allie in the search engine, all of her information will pop up, the restaurant, the nonprofit. So go out there, show some valor, and remember, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Thank you very much.
Thank you.